My love was as cruel as the cities I lived in. Everyone looked worse in the light. There are so many lines that I've crossed unforgiven. I'll tell you the truth, but never goodbye. I don't wanna look at anything else now that I saw you. I don't wanna think of anything else now that I thought of you. I've been sleeping so long in a 20-year dark night, and now I see daylight. I only see daylight. Like if the draw only draws the unlucky, and so I became the butt of the joke. I wounded the good and I trusted the wicked. Clearing the air, I breathed in the smoke. Maybe you ran with the wolves and refused to settle down. Maybe I've stormed out of every single room in this town, threw out our cloaks and our daggers because it's morning now. It's brighter now. Now I don't wanna look at anything else now that I saw you. I can never look away. I don't wanna think of anything else now that I thought of you. Things will never be the same. Been sleeping so long in a 20-year dark night. Now I'm wide awake. Now I see daylight. I only see daylight. I only see daylight, 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 daylight. I only see daylight, 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 daylight. And I can still see it all. All of you, all of me. I once believed love would be, but it's golden. And I can still see it all. Back and forth from New York. I once believed love would be, but it's golden. Like daylight, like daylight, daylight. I don't wanna look at anything else now that I saw you. I can never look away. And I don't wanna think of anything else now that I thought of you. Things will never be the same. I've been sleeping so long in a 20-year dark night, and now I see daylight. I only see daylight. I only see daylight, 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 daylight. Like daylight is golden. Like daylight, you gotta step into the daylight and let it go. Just let it go. Let it go.
I want to be defined by the things that I love, not the things I hate, not the things I'm afraid of, not the things that haunt me in the middle of the night. I just think that you are what you love.
One minute, okay. Wow, so repetitive with the daylight, 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 daylight. Oh, but it was catchy. Let's just give a positive spin to it. It was catchy. She sounds like a preteen girl singing, I won't even say a teenage girl. It's like a preteen girl, a 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old girl singing about very mature topics. But she looks so old. I mean, if you see Taylor Swift, whether live or in the media, she looks so old. She looks 55 plus. Madonna looks younger than her, and Lady Gaga, and so many others who are possibly twice her age or at least 20 years older than her. She looks so much older than all of them. She looks exhausted, she looks drained out. And the possible reason for me as a psychotherapist and counselor is the fact that she writes about such gloomy, dark topics. She's always talking about being used. This is the fourth song I'm hearing of Taylor Swift, and all four more or less are about her being used as a girl.
Victimhood.
She is a victim. She's being used as a girl. She thought it would be perfect. She gave everything. It's the same repetitive CRAP that she's using. I mean, I think I'll hear 10 more songs of Taylor Swift, and I can almost guarantee that 7 of them will be on the similar lines. Where she's being used, she thought it was perfect, she thought he was the one, she couldn't take her eyes off him. But at the end of the day, it was all, she was used, she's a victim, he moved on, he dumped her. So it's like a similar line, and you're making all those kids who possibly listen to you, because this sounds like a kid singing. So you're making all those kids, all those teenagers who look at you quite weak. You're setting a bad example. You're making them quite weak. You're making them think like it's okay to be used like that. It's okay to be weak. And you're in fact putting it in their mouth that they were used. By the way you're singing it so many times in different songs. It's sad, it's sad. It may sound good. At bits and pieces I actually liked it, but the fact is I like the way those words were strung together. I was the butt of the joke and all that. All those 5-6 lines that came in all of a sudden in the middle, which were quite unique and quite creative. It sounded like Taylor Swift didn't even write those lines. But apart from that, it was so boring, it was so repetitive, and sad that she's making all those young girls and kids who listen to her, make them feel as if they are doormats, at the end of the day, because she's only talking about being used. And as a psychotherapist, I think that's a very bad thing to, keep singing about in your songs. That you always use. I'm hoping that I'm wrong. I'm hoping that there will be songs which show that women are so empowered and girls can be so strong, at least in the lines of the song. In the lines of the song, it should be that. Because otherwise, I wouldn't want any of my kids to ever listen to this kind of a person. Honestly. Because it would make them sound weak. It would make them feel that is how relationships are. That's how life is. And sadly, it may be so in many parts of America, but not the rest of the world.
There's a lot of doom and gloom that she's using in her songs, and which is a big no-no when it comes to kids. Being educationist and working very close to children, you don't want to make children hopeless at a very young age about the world. I know the world is difficult and life is complex and complicated at most times, but then you don't want to give that kind of picture to young people, because then what do you read at the end is depression and them having no hope from life. You want to give hope to children, then take away hope. And considering a lot majority of listeners of Taylor Swift are very, very young people. In fact, she coming and featuring on Kids Say the Darnest Things, where maximum age that it reaches, or the children that come
parents
are
watch,
11,
of course, kids and parents.
But it's mainly
for kids.
Parents will be watching with their kids,
yeah,
right?
Obviously.
Yeah, so it's meant for kids, and the show is all about kids. And there too, she was very popular with some of the girls, and that's the reason she came. And those girls were below 10. And if they are listening to something like this on a daily basis, this is not the right kind of message that we are giving. As an artist, I also always have appreciated and have been reacting for the last 6 years that artists, when they are responsible for what they are and what their position in society is, it's always appreciated. You may not get that popular, or you may not become a rage or sensation, but at least you're doing the right thing. you always should know you're doing the right thing. This song, Daylight, I don't know what about it. It just didn't click with me. Maybe some of her songs, Taylor Swift songs, are okay. Some of them are not. Maybe some are not meant for me. But this one definitely didn't click with me. Nothing about it I really could think of connecting with or anything. It was all about daylight, but I couldn't see the daylight. For me, daylight was outside my window.
You're also lowering the
Beyond the
literacy
sound.
rates of the people, listeners, because repeating words so many times.
Same thing, yeah.
You're lowering
It's
the
a bit-
literacy rate.
yeah, bit
You're
level
making
of a
them dumb.
person.
You're making them literally dumber.
I don't know what was meant. What exactly was supposed to be meant with those last lines that she narrated about herself, that I would like to be known
Yeah,
for
it was
the
like
things
as
I
it was
love.
stolen straight from a Michael Jackson song.
Yeah.
Just narrate something at the
It
end,
was
which Michael Jackson did
literally like a rip-off.
3 or 4 times, literally in some of his popular
A
songs.
rip down, that is.
Yeah, literally. So add some narration at the end, literally.
Make it sound great or
Ripped
something.
off Michael Jackson, I felt. But who knows? I always could be wrong.
As an artist, I
As
think they
people
should
say.
also listen to a lot of great music to get inspired and do something that is better. Improve the quality.
Improve
This
the
is not
world,
quality.
improve the life of people.
That comes much later, Fabio.
Yeah.
First, the quality of music.
Yeah, first the
begin
quality
with.
of music, of your music.
You cannot really change the world without that.